It's 4-1.
Things are unraveling for the Golden Knights, and the fans at Capital One cheering on the good guys.
Pass in the middle, right back to Barbashev. Stone, backdoor, Eichel, open net scores! Jack Eichel trying to start a Golden Knights comeback. He finishes from close range, and Vegas is within 2. The Golden Knights with a response. 64 seconds after the Chychrun goal, Olofsson steers it in from long range. And Olofsson finishes a hit on McElrath into the corner.
Olofsson got hurt.
Yeah, Olofsson shaken up.
That's not good. And he twists that left leg going in on that forecheck as he finishes his hit on McElrath.
Get Olofsson out of there.
The net is empty for the Golden Knights. Eichel, seam pass right on a bang-bang play. Thompson made a wonderful stop on Barbashev.
Came across with the blocker to make that look pretty routine, but what a stop.
Chychrun didn't get it out. Eichel back for Hurdle. Another pad save for Thompson.
They're a great lateral puck-moving team, and Thompson, I know, knows that.
As the final horn sounds, Washington puts a victory in the bank. Spencer Carberry celebrating a 4-2 win over Vegas.
Alex Ovechkin joins an elite list thanks to his performance in the Caps' 4-2 win over the Golden Knights. Ovi picked up 2 helpers to reach the 700 assist mark in his career. He becomes just the 6th player in NHL history to record both 700 goals and 700 assists. I know we're all kind of focused on the chase to Gretzky, 41 goals away for Ovi, who's still looking for that first goal of the season. But how about that? 2 assists. And he's part of a very special club.
700 apples is nothing to sneeze at either, is it? It's funny. We've been hearing Coach Carberry's been kind of toying with the idea of deploying Ovi on the right wing side. Probably thinks better of it tonight, and it's a good thing as well. Couple of assists for Ovi tonight, and you see the second of which ends up being his 700th. But he's doing a lot of that heavy lifting. You know, we spend so much time talking about this notorious goal-scoring ability, the sniper that is Alex Ovechkin. But on this night, it's a couple of kind of heavy lifting, the unsung plays, winning board battles deep in the zone to ultimately contribute to a couple of goals that, Washington's able to ride to victory versus VGK here tonight. So really solid outing for Ovi. This top 6 is, the club overall relying heavily on that top line, Protas and Tom Wilson, to be effective for this group. Strome rather down the middle, Protas on the other side. But really looking for, an impactful contribution from that top 6 if they're going to kind of keep that window alive to go on a good deep run while Ovi is in pursuit of Wayne's record, as we've been talking about for really quite a while now.
For quite a while. Could this be the year? Who knows? Yeah. We'll find out. A lot of games to be played. We've got lots of highlights for you up next. It's Canucks and Lightning.
Here comes Braden Point. Top line out for the Lightning. Point turns and feeds Kucherov. The line, Hedman with a shot, change direction. Stop, rebound. Shelov's the save. Great job tracking that puck. And Shelovs was in perfect position to make an early stop.
Well, welcome to Tampa Bay, Shelovs.
Kucherov almost stole a puck. In fact, he does. The outlet to Point, near side for Radich, across, shot, scores! Nikita Kucherov makes it 1-0, Lightning!
Kucherov with a steal in the offensive zone. But look at the vision of Darren Radich. Radich, I think, has had a terrific training camp. I really like this guy. He's ready for a big year.
He's got a point on all 5 Tampa goals so far this year, Nikita Kucherov. It's the 6th longest streak in NHL history to start a season.
And it's going to be a Lightning power play.
Now Kucherov, J.J. Moser. Kucherov in front, deflected. Shelov's the save, and the puck was tapped in front. And the penalty comes to an end. Mitchell Chafee looking towards the net, threw it on goal. Puck is loose in front. Shot on goal. Stopped by Shelovs. That was Girgensons who had that great chance. And Shelov's able to keep it out.
And the Canucks are going to get out of this after being outplayed by a wide margin. Gensel drops it out to Point, and he buries it. Right in Point. 2-0 Lightning.
Nice play by Gensel. Gensel's a really good facilitator. That's what he does so well.
Here's a break. It's Garland with a shot and a glove save made by Vasilevsky.
This is the second time now in the second period where D-men are not back where they need to be. The first one was a flat-out breakaway they gave up because of a line change. This is part of the same thing.
Herbert turned it over, and Vasilevsky got a glove on it. It comes out the other side from behind him. And he bailed Herbert's out there. McDonough with his assists tonight on the goal by point, his 100th point as a member of the Lightning. Centering pass across, they score! Tucked in front by Anthony Cirelli. And it's 3-0 Bolts.
Cirelli gets good inside position on Tyler Myers, and Myers doesn't tie his stick up. And one of their best penalty killers and shot blockers in Chernak is now in the penalty box.
This is an awesome opportunity for the Canucks. Connor Garland, who came out of the box. Now one-timer by Miller, tipped by Besser, and Garland scores on the rebound. I think Garland got it before it crossed the line. And the Canucks get one on the 5-on-4 power play and are back within 2. 6 attackers for the Canucks.
Chips it back towards Hughes. He's pressured, and this a wide open net for Brandon Hagel. Empty net goal, 4-1 in Tampa Bay.
The Lightning continue their dominance over the Canucks with the 4-1 win on Tuesday. Tampa is now 8-1-0 in their last 9 games against Vancouver. In that span, the Bolts have scored an impressive 39 goals and own a power play operating at just over 24%. All right, Stu. Well, Nikita Kucherov last season was tremendous to watch, and he follows up that Art Ross season with another strong start here, indeed, for the Bolts.
Yeah, it really does. This goes unappreciated about Nikita Kucherov, but a brilliant playmaker, skillful finisher. But what I liked about this goal tonight was just how effective, how dogged he is on the puck. He actually creates the turnover that ultimately leads to this goal and then finishes. But how about stripping a Vancouver defender of that puck? Really dogged just in terms of the pursuit, closing in on that, applying pressure, and forcing the turnover that ultimately leads to that important marker in this one over visiting Vancouver. So Bolts off to a good start. One of the feature aspects of last year's season is just that brilliant 3-way, perhaps 4-way race for the Art Ross, and Kucherov ultimately prevails. But in just 2 games, he's kind of flashing to us, Erica. He might have designs for a back-to-back here.
Wouldn't you love to see it? But you know Tampa's really looking at him, I'm sure, for more continued leadership. But he's got a new winger there with Jake Guentzel. Of course, Steven Stamkos, his longtime teammate, no longer there in Tampa. Right. What have you made of the impact so far as Guentzel really seems to now be settling in? Yeah, you just look past the numbers and you focus on just the way that Jake Guentzel is assimilated to this roster. I know it's rather short sample size, it's early days in his time here as a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning, but this group moves on from Steven Stamkos. Regrettably, circumstances just dictate that, but Guentzel is the replacement, and boy, does that look like a savvy move. You go back to his time spent at post-deadline, trade deadline last year with the Carolina Hurricanes. His ability to assimilate into the top 6 slot on both those rosters, it just leaves me so impressed with his hockey IQ and his ability to kind of adapt to his circumstances. He's a point-per-game player through the regular season, the end of the regular season with Carolina last year, and then into the postseason. And gosh, here's yet another new roster for him to kind of assimilate into the top 6. Now, albeit you're playing with Braden Point and Nikita Kucherov, good folks to assimilate with, but he doesn't skip a beat. And right out of the gate, here he is, a plus point per game player in the early going. This is going to be a good sector of that roster to keep an eye on, as Tampa would tell you the window is wide open for this group to go on another good deep run. Yeah, and Guentzel really seems from his comments likes to get to know those tendency of his new players around him and just get to know him off the ice. So it's been a good fit so far. Let's check in now on the Devils and the Hurricanes.
And now numbers the other way. Jack Hughes takes it, cuts inside, he shoots, he scores! Jack Hughes opens his register in the 24-25 season.
They did a good job of positioning, defending as they were under siege in their own zone. What happens? The Canes get caught. Nice little play as Bratt chips it past Slavin. It becomes a partial break, 2-on-1. Canes get back, but Jack does the rest. Look at this move to the middle. Nice patience. And Meyer goes to the net, draws a defender, puts it through the 5-hole on Kochetkov to give the Devils a 1-0 lead.
Good play by Gostisbehere in his own zone on Nemec. Finds it
this way to Mercer, and a shot put on, and huge save, Kochetkov.
That's a save we might look back at and say was monumental throughout the course of the game.
Get it to Jarvis. Jarvis waiting, still hanging on. He turns and scores! Seth Jarvis knocks it at one.
Well, that goal just oozes greatness because Jarvis had a chance in a similar spot earlier in the period and chose to pass the puck. Take it to the house, use Hamilton as a screen, and tie the game yourself.
Palat, he'll lose it. Natchez, back out, shot, score! It's October! Let's see a ghost! Shane Gostisbehere, 2-1 Carolina.
Well, he's got the kind of release that makes you want to say boo, because it's off his stick with a ton of velocity before you even know it's coming. A definite screen, same shot location, high to the glove that Jarvis beat Markstrom. Heck of a feed from Natchez, and the Ghost is on the board.
Markstrom keeps it going. Past the halfway point of the third period. Orlov shot, the score! Deflected out in front, and welcome to the National, his first NHL goal, Jackson Blake.
Get the puck deep, force the goaltender to handle it, seal the wall, get it to the net quickly. And Blake, did he ever hustle to even give himself a chance to tip this Orlov offering? What a moment for Jackson Blake that he will never forget.
5-on-3 for a minute and 15 seconds. He fakes, he feeds Hughes, lots of room. Heischer's got it, he scores! Nico Hischier goes top shelf, and it's a one-goal game.
Right there, you want him to shoot, but Jack goes to Nico. What a shot as he corrals that off his skate.
One-goal game, minute 12 of power play action to go.
The Devil's net is empty as Markstrom has found himself onto the bench. He couldn't get a good shot away. Fans on the Canes are changed up. Now Aho has it. Empty net. Bingo! Sebastian Aho, his first of the year, puts Carolina up 4-2.
Puck eventually ends up on Aho's tape, and with 96 seconds left, you've reinstated your two-goal lead.
All right, what could have earned Philip Gustafsson a post-game splashdown from his teammate? It's something that had never happened in the history of the Minnesota Wild. You'll see it right after the break.
All right, boys, players only.
I just got to ask you, what's going on here? He spooked me out a little bit, that's for sure.
Big Z. Oh, no. I've never liked someone that beat me up more in my life.
Imagine I score on my first shift, and then 30 seconds later, I'm sitting in the box.
I do think that this team finds a way to win this game.
I think those are two tough matchups.
The group's pretty excited right now.
Is it true your mom told you guys not to fight?
I'm glad I've got a brother that doesn't take it easy on me.
Yeah. Pre-game with the players before the pucks drop. NHL Now, weekdays 5 Eastern on NHL Network.
Man, these seats, right? I wonder how the other guys are doing.
We spent hours finding a deal on these.
Trash. They should have used Game Time.
The easiest way to find only the best deals for the best seats with their Game Time picks.
What time is it?
Game Time.
Want your car's paint to look like this? Well, now it can with Cerakote's #1 selling Rapid Ceramic Paint Sealer. Seal and protect your paint with unbelievable gloss, shine, and slickness in less than 30 minutes. Simply spray it on and lightly buff it with the included microfiber towels. Look at the rich gloss with endless depth and mirror-like shine.
You can hear it. This side over here has clearly been treated, just rolls right off. This side, not so much.
This is very nice. And it took you how long to apply it? Like 10 minutes? And then it just sets? Wow, and it looks much healthier too. That's very nice.
Look at the difference with Cerakote's true hydrophobic ceramic technology. Water just blows right off. The level of gloss and slickness is unbelievable. With over 40,000 5-star reviews, Cerakote is guaranteed to be the glossiest, slickest, and easiest to apply paint sealant you have ever used. Buy any of Cerakote's ceramic products for under $20 today.
After Homoglow cleaned our place for $19, we fired our old housekeeper. Homoglow tackled everything, from our kitchen to our bathroom, all our laundry. You just pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy a spotless house for $19.
NHLShop.com, the official online store of the National Hockey League, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NHL fan gear, with unique one-of-a-kind designs by Fanatics, and all the latest styles for every NHL team. Don't miss out. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com, a Fanatics experience.
So the Oilers continue to struggle scoring and keeping the puck out of their net.
Here's McDavid, only to be denied, smothered by Connor Hellebuck.
It hasn't been easy. They haven't got the bounces.
I just believe they're not as good defensively. It's hard to win consistently like that.
Centering pass deflected home. 6-0.
Terrible out of the gate.
An 0-3 start for the first time since Connor McDavid's rookie year.
Obviously some work to still be done for the Oilers to get back on the winning ways.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, but how desperate are they up in Edmonton already? After coming within one win of the Stanley Cup last year, Edmonton has come out flat to start the season, getting off to their first 0-3 start since Connor McDavid's rookie season. And not only is Edmonton losing, they're losing big, outscored 15-3 in those contests. Head coach Chris Knobloch bluntly said of his team, quote, "I don't think there's enough desperation." We'll see how desperate they were trying to avoid a fourth straight loss as they played host to the Flyers.
Now the Edmonton penalty killing that's given up 5 power play goals already this year. It's the Flyer power play.
Get bought off wide and then Michkov trying to tuck it in. A whistle blown, no signal yet, and Michkov thought he had his first NHL goal.
Well, they'll take a look at it. If Michkov's stick pushes the pad into the net, it will be no goal tonight.
Reviewing the play at 15-14, the puck completely crossed the goal line. Therefore, we have a good goal.
Congratulations, Matvei Michkov.
He celebrates, and it's his first goal in the National Hockey League in his third career game. A third Flyers power play already in the first 8 minutes of this game. Frost steers it on. They score! Michkov again! His second tonight. And Philly's off to a hot start in Edmonton.
Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl have some work to do. Their club down 2-0.
And Martin toward the front of the net. Rebound there. Henry scores! Backhander, top shelf, Adam Henry. And Edmonton's on the board. It's 2-1.
This one here pops right out again. Watch this backhand. Bam, right up under the bar.
Edmonton's made it 2-1 on Adam Henrique's first of the season.
Nurse did well to hold his own beautiful look.
Whatever scored, this game is tied. Connor Brown, the finish off a setup from Jeff Skinner. 2-all.
This is a great pass by Darnell Nurse. Once he gets this puck, he knocks it down. Bam, puts it right back into the middle of the ice. And then the one touch by Jeff Skinner finds Brown coming back from the corner.
Tic-tac-toe, and we are tied at 2. Final 30 seconds of period number 2. Here's Brink toward the net. They score!
Matthias Ekholm deflects it into his own net. This is Bobby Brink's goal. Has given the Flyers a 3-2 lead late in period 2.
In the third, Flyers by 1. For McDavid, down low, Couturier beat McDavid. Tied goal, Evan Bouchard. 3:42 to play, and it's a brand new hockey game.
On a beautiful sequence. Wow. Connor McDavid. Can he summon some OT magic?
It's going to be a breakaway for the win. McDavid in on Ersson. Denied! What a save, Ersson. Centers back, Draisaitl shoots and scores. Edmonton 4, Philadelphia 3 in overtime.
Here's the breakaway. Can't finish it off of the backhand side, but then he finds Leon Draisaitl. A quick little hesitation, and he buries it.
The Oilers win their first in comeback fashion.
That was an overtime game winner powered by Energizer. Stu, not too often we see Connor McDavid, hit the post and miss a point-blank breakaway, but what a finish. Leon Draisaitl there to clean up the piece.
This was a wild one. I mean,
everything.
Oh, my gosh. So Philly with a great chance. They overinvest, though. They send 3 attackers in. Nobody kind of acts as a safety valve in the event that somebody like McDavid, of all people, gets a breakaway going the other way. Nobody within 30 feet of McDavid, and then he misses on his first opportunity. Everybody invests in all that, and nobody picks up Draisaitl, the third attacker, the third layer to come in on the offensive side of things for the Oilers. And I'll tell you what, if McDavid's going to miss and you give Draisaitl that kind of opportunity, you know it's going to drop. So Big Leon closes it out. And if nothing else, these Oilers have been interesting to this point.
Yeah, and it was good to see their big guys step up, finally get them that first win of the season. First time this season, both McDavid and Draisaitl had multiple points in the game.
This overtime game winner is powered by the long-lasting power of Energizer. Still going.
So it will be the Minnesota power play that we will see first. Kaprizov, back door, moving in Hartman. Score! What a pass by Kaprizov. Hartman able to beat Binnington, and just like that, Minnesota with a power play goal that they score in transition to take the 1-0 lead.
It's Kirill Kaprizov uses Jets cut across and a beautiful feed off his backhand to Ryan Hartman, who sneaks behind. If you're the St. Louis Blues, they just got to be more aware. Nick Leddy's, that's the second time he's led somebody, I think it was Hartman the first time too, get just outside of him. Leddy's a great skater, but he can't give that much space.
Ryan Hartman on the power play, the only goal of the opening period. 1-0 after one. Robert Thomas back up top. Suter floats one on net. The rebound. Oh, there's a kick saved by Gustafsson as he took one away from Buchnevich on the secondary opportunity. And now the Blues back to the power play. Good by Ustedinov. Springing free, moving in shorthanded. Under the bar, score, Lauko! Shorthanded in transition. 2-0 Wild.
Sneaks in behind Jordan Kyrou, and what a finish. Up over Binnington's glove and under the bar. Beautiful shorthanded goal.
2 goals on 5 shots, both on special teams. One on the power play, and now a shorty. Faber. Boldy with some room. Faber straight away. Kaprizov. No-look pass out in front. Zuccarello guided it on net. That was stopped.
Look at this no-look pass. Kaprizov looking up, sends it down almost perfectly on Zuccarello's stick. Can't quite handle it, but still he almost just tips it in.
2-0 Minnesota after 2. A steal by Kaprizov. The back pass dropped to Zuccarello. To the backhand. Back for Kaprizov. Score! Rossi finds the loose change. The top line strikes.
Kaprizov gets it behind him. Watch this, and then they're attacking again. Great creative play by Kaprizov, and then Zuccarello puts it in, and Rossi, the young center between these two stars, picks up the loose change, makes it 3-0 Minnesota.
In terms of shots on net, 22-21 in favor of St. Louis, but 62-45 as Joseph moves in, shoots, and scores! There's the 63rd shot attempt by the Blues, and finally they're able to light the lamp and get one past Gustafsson. And the net now empty. Buchnevich fires in, looking for a goalie goal. Gustafsson scores! Philip Gustafsson mobbed! We've got the goalie goal!
Wow! Puck goes up and over everybody and tucks right inside that post. What a play by Gustafsson.
I come to the bench here on the timeout, and Fleur's like, hey, you're gonna try and shoot it if you get it? Now when we're up 2 goals, I was like, yeah, actually I should shoot it. And then it's a perfect dump there to the goal. It was great he got in there. I just never thought I was going to be able to score.
As now it is 4-1 Minnesota, and Philip Gustafsson lights the lamp.
Not only did the Wild get another win on the season, but their goaltender did something pretty extraordinary. Philip Gustafsson scored a goalie goal in the win, becoming just the 15th goaltender to accomplish the feat in NHL history. He's the first since Pittsburgh's Tristan Jarry scored one last season.
Kraken look for their second win, and it's the 4th line that's been a standout.
Now Gord's on it. He'll go to work on former Kraken. Jeremy Lauzon, they go to the corner. Larson at the point. He'll look it over. Here's Evans. His shot scores! Riker Evans with a bullet.
Another great forward-checking shift. It's the hustle of this 4th line. We talked about him early.
Pickpocketed. Montour now for Jaden Schwartz. Here's Chandler Stevenson, partial 3-on-1. Stevenson, Bjorkstrand. He scores! And you can cue the maestro. 2-0.
Watch the reception of this pass into the skates, back to the stick on the forehand.
But the fact that she came in, she is so detailed. Bilesma obviously has a ton of faith in her. Oh, here we go, Willie.
Arsenin looking for McCarron, a backhand. He scores! The Predators cut the lead in half. A hungry line and the finish by McCarron. Novak from his knees works it back to Evangelista. He gets it over. Backdoor score! Novak ties it up. The relentless play that Andrew Burnett is looking for.
McCarron run into in a hard way by Gord. It goes off the stick of Yossi. Back for Montour. Brandon Montour, big shot. He scores! It's Brandon Tanev who gets the goal. The Kraken by 1.
Gets the puck back from Gord. One-timer opportunity. Tanev standing right out in front.
Valiants to Seattle, number 12, 2 minutes 40. Nashville, number 81, 2 minutes roughing, 4-on-4.
You can see Marchessault wants to change the energy in the game. It's 4-on-4 now for the first time in the game. Forsberg trying to create. Whips it into the traffic. Rebound! Score! Brady Shea ties it up. His first goal as a Predator. And it's 3-3. The energy change on the Marchessault penalty seems to spark the gold jersey.
We'll get it out of dodge and wheel it out to center for Schwartz. At his side, Bjorkstrand back for Schwartz. Right in! He scores! A beautiful goal by Jaden Schwartz. The Kraken back up by 1.
Well, this line's at it again. But you can see some chemistry already forming.
Laid along the boards, a pinch down by Oleksiak. McCann, Eberle with a shot. He scores! Hey, hey! What do you say? Jordan Eberle!
Well, just great pressure from the Kraken and a quick little play from McCann to get Eberle the puck. And I like how he doesn't look for the pass.
Seattle shifting his Beniers. Matty in the zone. Will push everybody back out in front. McCann scores! Jared McCann wills it home, and what a play by Matty Beniers.
Good defense leads to offense again for Seattle. Matty 1-on-3 trying to hit McCann. Shea breaks it up, but McCann doesn't give up. He finds the puck.
The crowd begins to file out of Nashville. So the Predators drop to 0-3.
That's Kraken hockey, baby. Total team effort tonight, and a 7-3 win over the Nashville Predators.
Coming up, the Stars put up back-to-back shutouts in their last 2 games and have yet to trail this season. But they keep the streaks going against the Macklin Celebrini-less Sharks on Tuesday. We've got your highlights.
Look, we've all been there. Your AC decides to quit, turning your home into an unbearable sweatbox, and now you have to deal with it. Hi, I'm Joe. And this is why I invented iFlow, the world's first automatic AC drain line cleaning system to keep your AC going and the cool air flowing. Look, that's a drain pan overflow that damages ceilings and walls, and you're left to pay for it all. Here's why. A thick, slimy, sticky bacteria called Zuglia lives inside your drain pan and drain line, clogging it up and causing your AC to shut down. But don't worry. That's why I invented iFlow. iFlow is a smart automated device that dispenses our proven bioenzymatic cleaning fluid that actively breaks down the Zuglia and flushes it out of the drain line, helping to prevent those costly clogs. And the best part is, installing iFlow is a breeze. Just stick it on the air handler, connect the iFlow, insert the cleaner cartridge, and you're good to go. And you don't have to be a pro to do it, because there's an iFlow app to help you through it.
For special money-saving deals, visit buyiflow.com.
Welcome to StockX, where we believe in sneakers for everyone. From the greatest grails to the latest trends, every sneaker you want is here. You can trust that every order is StockX verified, backed up by our buyer promise. Shop now at StockX.com.
You said you were certain that this was a costume party. Were you for imprint certain?
Well, Certainty matters. So when you need the right high-quality promotional products, printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time, that's the certainty of 4imprint. So wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team by checking out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
This is the story of the one. The one knows that when the big game is days away, the unexpected can put everything on the line. But with a solid game plan and a teammate like Grainger that she can rely on to deliver the product she needs when she needs it, she's confident that she will always win the day. And her team will do the same. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana, enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of selling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
We're in for a real good one.
NHL Network has live games featuring the league's best.
Let's drop the puck. Let's drop the puck. Let's drop the puck.
Are you kidding me? Live hockey lives on NHL Network.
Here's Toffoli for the Sharks, and he scores! Tyler Toffoli, and the Sharks lead it 1-0 here in Dallas.
A high turnover because of good defensive positioning by the Sharks. And Tyler Toffoli does what Tyler Toffoli does. 3 guys back and a good back check and a great step up by Tyler Toffoli. He reads the play perfectly and then snaps it far side. Tyler Toffoli with his second goal of the season on a heck of a wrister.
Room for Lyubushkin, who enters slowly. Hands it back for Stankovic. Spins. Over to Marchment. In front, tip, score! Matt Duchene! Perfect setup from Marchment. Perfect finish from Duchene. His first of the year. Ties it at 1. There's a couple times where the Stars' changes at the offensive bench in second periods has been exquisite. And from that, guys are sneaking in, get to the net. Sharks can't pick them up in the rear view. Look up top. See the guys flowing onto the ice, almost like a black ops. And bang, all you got to do is redirect.
Ben intercepted. 2-on-1. Dellandrea to Sturm. And it's saved by Ottinger. Back to Dellandrea. He scores! Welcome back, Ty Dellandrea. And the Sharks lead 2-1.
This is why you don't give up on a play. Ty Dellandrea makes the play as it goes wide here, just misses on the shot. Nico Sturm stays with it. Ty Dellandrea keeps skating. He has got inside position on Heiskanen. Nice play there. Now Ty Dellandrea keeps moving to the net. Good chance. Stay with the puck.
Heiskanen, the bank. Johnston's back in quickly. Fed to the slot. Now hits. He scores! Perfection from that line. Johnston, Robertson hits. Tie game. This is a premium alliance. Swiftly change the point of attack. Zing, zing, bang.
Here he is, tripped up by Marchment. Duchene, the breakaway pass to Donov, and a save by Blackwood. Mackenzie Blackwood saves the day with a nifty glove save off to Donov. We are on our way to overtime.
But the last opportunity, it appears, is going to go to Dallas Stars power play. Tried to thread one through. Up top, Robertson shot. Save made. Bunted to the corner. And we are headed to a shootout. So here's Duchene, an opportunity to give the Stars a commanding lead in the shootout. Duchene scores. Johnston is 0 for 3 in his career. If he can score his first shootout goal, he'll end the game. Johnston scores! Perfection in the shootout on the homestand. And the Stars outlast the Sharks 3-2.
Dallas is off to a flying start with a shootout victory over the Sharks on Tuesday. The Stars are now 4-0 on the season. It's the first time the Stars have won 4 straight games to open a season since 2020-2021. In that span, the Stars' PK has been stellar, and the team has only allowed 5 goals in 4 games.
For me, it's attitude and swagger. And you look at that first game in Vancouver, it didn't start very well for them, and it didn't bother them. And they continue to work hard. Turned out okay for them, and they've strung together 3 straight wins. So all good.
Anderson, Lomberg, Anderson slap shot, changes directions, just missed. Coronado scores! First of the season for Coronado, and he's got Calgary to a 1-0 lead.
Right here, that could have gone into the corner, but great strength to keep that puck alive, and that's how you stay in the lineup. You've got to be hungry. That fourth line, terrific again.
Oh, now a shot from Jones. He scores! It was Foligno cutting in front of the net. He may have tipped it. And the Hawks have tied the score at 1.
Now watch the timing of when Foligno gets to the front of the net. The puck's going up towards the C, the flaming C of the goaltender. He rises up, the hands deflect the puck down low, so the goalie's going up, it goes down low, and right into the net.
Yeah, that'll be a hook on Chicago that will send the Flames to their first power play of the game. Dickinson joins the rush. Shoulders Jones. Jones right in. Dickinson passing his feet. Had the open side, gets the puck back, but the pass is just off the mark. And here's a breakaway chance for Anderson. Short-handed. Anderson stopped by Wolf. Great chance there. Another short-handed opportunity for the Hawks. Who's got the power play this time? Chicago's getting all the opportunities.
How about that? 3 odd man breaks on a penalty kill situation.
Second power play for the Calgary Flames this period. First one, that's some Blackhawks shorthanded chances. They'll focus on the back of the net. Chicago in. Extra attacker, 6-on-4 for the Flames. Wrist shot left down, they score! Kuzmenko! Power play goal sends the Flames in front 2-1.
Nice little play just to sort of sift it through. And there's a beautiful hand-eye coordination from Kuzmenko. Jonathan Huberdeau continues to get his points. 6 points now on the season. Now the Flames are up 2-1.
Calgary hanging on here. Lets it go. Close save by Wolf. Would love a cover, but that puck stays alive. The crowd saluting Dustin Wolf with that stop. It's a tight one tonight. Margin for error is slim, and Wolf has been fantastic. More pressure ahead in all likelihood. Calgary will get it out. Empty net. Coronado scores. Second of the game will seal it for Coronado. Calgary Flames, for the first time since 2010, are a perfect 4-0.
Now here are your top shelf plays of the night.
And now numbers the other way. Jack Hughes takes it, cuts inside, he shoots, he scores! Jack Hughes opens his register.
You look it over, here's Evans, his shot scores! Ryker Evans with a bullet. Seattle off and running.
Back for Protas, he scores!
And that pass was wonderful, and it's number 700 for Alex Ovechkin.
In the slot, nice to save, rebound! Oh my goodness! Spencer Knight comes up big, late, and the Panthers get the win, 4-3.
Looking for a goalie goal. Gustafsson scores! Philip Gustafsson mobbed!
There are a couple of things on the line tonight.
I do think that this team finds a way to win this game.
That's one game to keep our eye on tonight. That was that something. That'll bring the house down.
Want to do anything this weekend?
Like what? My concert on Friday is now 60% off. Look how excited they are about saving money.
Wait, did she say 60% off?
What time is it? It's game time.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
After Homoglow cleaned our place for $19, we fired our old housekeeper. Homoglow tackled everything, from our kitchen to our bathroom, all our laundry. You just pick a date, pick a cleaner, and enjoy a spotless house for $19.
Welcome to StockX, where we believe in sneakers for everyone. From the greatest grails to the latest trends, every sneaker you want is here. You can trust that every order is StockX verified, backed up by our buyer promise. Shop now at StockX.com.
This will be the thing that I chase till I can't chase it anymore.
If you're going into war, you want to just put it all out there because you really don't know what the hell could happen.
Maybe outside there's not as much pressure, but when we get in between the walls of our locker room, we have more pressure on ourselves than anybody.
Let's go! Thing is right now!
It's time for the 3 stars of the night. Our 3rd star is Sean Monahan, who scored in the Blue Jackets' 4-3 loss to the Panthers. Monahan dedicated the goal to his longtime best friend and former teammate, Johnny Gaudreau. Our 2nd star is Matvei Michkov, who scored his first NHL goal in the Flyers' loss to the Oilers. With his 2nd tally of the game, he also recorded his first multi-goal game of his career. And our 1st star is Philip Gustafson, who scored a goalie goal in the Wild's 4-1 win over the Blues. He became the first goaltender to score a goal in Wild franchise history. And that does it for us on the Fly. For Stu Grimson and our entire team, I'm Erica Wachter. Thanks so much for watching. We'll leave you now with the best from Tuesday around the NHL.
Looking for a goalie goal. Gustafson scores! We've got the goalie goal!
Number 700 for Alex Ovechkin.
Bernard shoots, blocked, stopped by Wolf.
What an effort. Reinhart's got a 3-point game.
Michkov again! His 2nd tonight.
What a stop by Blackwood with the left hand.
And he's going to get himself up and point to that banner. What a moment.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to On the Fly. I'm Erica Wachter. Stu Grimson will be joining us in a bit to help break down the 9-game slate. But we begin in Columbus, where the Blue Jackets hosted the reigning Cup champion Panthers in their home opener. Of course, this night had a different tone. Players from both teams took the ice for warm-ups in number 13 Johnny Gaudreau jerseys, and that was just a small part of the way Columbus and Florida honored the lives of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau. And a dry eye in the house during this emotional pregame ceremony.
We are honored to be joined tonight by many of Johnny and Matthew's friends, family, and loved ones. Their sisters, Kristen and Katie, and their parents, Guy and Jane. And now please join us as we welcome to the ice Johnny's brother-in-law, Eddie, Johnny's wife, Meredith, and their children, Noah and Johnny. Tonight, as we honor the lasting impact that Johnny Gaudreau has made on the game of hockey and the city of Columbus, we ask you to stand if you are able and cheer as we raise a banner in his memory and for the legacy of number 13. Please join us as we say our thanks to the entire Gaudreau family for sharing Johnny with us.
With the Gaudreaus of the ultimate hockey family, I think the greatest tribute to Johnny and Matthew. Playing, coaching, broadcasting, cheering with the exact same passion that they had for this great game.
Both benches standing here, and they're going to have a moment. There's no left winger.
And we'll drop the puck. 13 seconds.
What a moment.
Off the clock. For Johnny Gaudreau.
Everyone in tears. How about that start to the game, Stu? I want to begin there. So much emotion in this night in Columbus. But as you saw on that opening faceoff, no left winger, left vacant for Johnny. His best friend and teammate, Sean Monahan, knocking the puck over to Sam Bennett, who was a former teammate of Johnny's in Calgary. And then 13 seconds ran off the clock before it was stopped. Just so beautiful.
It was just a really wonderful nod, a wonderful gesture to, a life lost tragically early in Johnny Gaudreau. An impactful, important member of that that Columbus Blue Jackets team. And I'll tell you, Erica, you can tell it means something when hockey coaches, hockey players are weeping. This is just a really sad loss, but a wonderful gesture to pay your respects. The first home game for these Columbus Blue Jackets after the tragic passing of both Johnny and his brother Matthew.
Yeah, absolutely. And there were so many touching tributes throughout the game. We saw it at different points. Everyone kind of paying homage, and you got his teammates scoring a goal, which we'll talk about in just a bit. But let's talk a little bit more about the way they honored him pregame. I mean, that video was so emotional. The Florida Panthers players showed up with Gatorades and Skittles in hand. That was Johnny's favorite. That was an idea of his friend Matthew Tkachuk, who sadly couldn't be here for this. What did you make of the way they were able to honor him in this way?
It was so interesting to me because the game is really so wrapped in tradition and ritual and routine just because you're doing this 82 times a year. So for both teams really to incorporate the tribute to Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew, that loss, into the pregame festivities, into their routine, from both teams wearing number 13 onto the ice tonight, for that empty spot left vacant on the left wing side, for the banner we just saw raised to the rafters. And two, I'll go to Coach Dean Evason. I've known the man since we were teenagers together back in the old Western Hockey League. He's got the heart of a lion, just a wonderful gesture. Anytime Guy Gaudreau wants to come down to a Columbus Blue Jackets practice, a warm-up skate, a morning skate prior to a game, it's a standing invitation. He was on the ice with the team earlier today, Johnny's father, Johnny and Matthew's father. I just thought a wonderful gesture towards the family, an opportunity for Guy to heal in a unique way as he copes with the loss of his two young boys.
Yeah, and you can tell that it means a lot to Guy Gaudreau just being out there and around the sport and around guys who loved his son. So certainly a touching night all around. Great to see his family out there. And again, our prayers are still with them. But it's been amazing to see the hockey community come together throughout this tragedy. And we have to remember that after all that emotion, there was still a game to be played.
Right.
So let's head back to Columbus for those highlights.
Big cheer from the fans here in Columbus. Not a dry eye in the house. And the game is underway.
Marchenko, nice stick handle into the zone, and then they get out in front. And Monahan is denied.
Oh, Sean Monahan almost with a highlight reel goal. Spencer Knight, huge stop early on.
For Paul Maurice and the Cats, they'll start the second period on the power play.
Takes a Columbus bounce. It's going to be shuffled forward. Breakaway. Sillinger, he's got it to the net. He scores! Short-handed goal.
What a finish there by Cole Sillinger. Johnson with a perfect backhand saucer, and then it's top shelf over Spencer Knight. And that's the first one at home for the Blue Jackets this season.
Laid up the boards, Johnson. Nate Schmidt battling hard for the puck. Reinhardt's out in front to feed the shot. They score! Anton Lundell. He and Reinhardt remain hot, and the Panthers have tied it.
You're going to see the magician in Sam Reinhart. What amazing hands. And Lundell now, another goal to tie this game up here tonight.
Monahan in front. Stop the second try. Score. He wouldn't be denied. It's Sean Monahan. And the Jackets get it back. It's 2-1.
Oh, what a moment here for Sean Monahan. There's the family and friend of Johnny Gaudreau. Sean Monahan pointed to that banner after that puck went in the net. What a moment.
That one for his best friend.
Big shift for the Panthers after the goal. Kulikov gets it to the net. Score! And the Panthers respond. Tie game. What a shift by Florida. 37 seconds after the Monahan goal.
Player down at center, and that is Goodbranson.
He went down awkwardly, immediately grabbed his arm.
Goodbranson has an upper body injury and will not return after that collision with Sean Monahan. So down to 5D here for the Blue Jackets.
Sam Reinhart. Ooh, it's through Verhaeghe. Even Bennett has it in front. And they score. Look who it is. Sam Reinhart does it again with less than a second left in the period. It's an incredible job by Sam Reinhart.
It's a big goal late in this period, isn't it?
This time he'll just hammer it out to center. It's Reinhart, lead feed. Lusterinen is in to the net. And he scores! What a goal! And the Panthers get the insurance. It's 4-2.
And who sets it up? Sam Reinhart.
And what a huge goal for the Panthers.
And with 4:28 to go in the third, Elvis Merzlik into the bench. Looking, shooting, fought off by Knight. Bounces over the far side, back in front, score! And the Jackets aren't done just yet. It was redirected in past Spencer Knight. It's 4-3.
And the Blue Jackets back within one.
Panthers trying to close it out. In the slot, Knight the same rebound. And that one misses. Oh my goodness. Up and out of play. Chinakhov thought he had the goal to tie it. Spencer Knight comes up big.
35 saves for Spencer Knight.
And the Panthers get the win, 4-3.
Yeah, the start was obviously emotional. We were well aware that was going to be the case, but again, it's just too bad we couldn't get the win for the Gaudreau family and everybody involved here tonight that was able to make it. But I think the Guy's going to come back with the family for another one in our next home game here, so we got to get the win from them.
I didn't know they were going to shoot the puck over there and put it right where Johnny would have been. That as soon as that happened, I think it hit everybody, hit me, because then you go, you kind of visualize him standing there, right? So I think it hit everybody when they did that. What a fantastic gesture. I don't know, I'm sure Monty set that up. But yeah, and then the crowd was absolutely amazing. I mean, they obviously loved Johnny, and they showed their appreciation.
It means a lot for his family, his wife, his kids, the way they honored him here, and I mean, the whole league. I mean, Florida Panthers behind the ceremony there, showing their support. Yeah, it means a lot. I felt like Johnny was watching down on us today, so I mean, I had a feeling I was going to get one. Fortunately enough, I did. We lost, which sucks, but yeah, no, I definitely could feel John today.
Chills really hearing that comment there from Johnny Gaudreau's best friend and Sean Monahan. And of course, he scores that emotional goal and points right up to the rafters. I mean, that reaction, just seeing that was so touching. You can only imagine what he is feeling right now.
You know, just a wonderful tribute to both Gaudreau brothers who were lost. But the inspiration behind the way this team played that game tonight, the Columbus Blue Jackets, his former team did, just it kind of moved you. And Sean Monahan, to your point, his best friend in hockey, generally speaking, a really composed guy. You can just hear the emotion as he speaks. But I was just so moved, Erica, by the goal he scored tonight. You know, it wasn't stick handle through the entire team and stick it up under the bar. This was just a blood and guts, a determined effort by Sean Monahan. He gets the 2-1 goal here. The game is still very much, you know, in Columbus's grasp. And it's just, you could sense he and the rest of this team are just trying to will it over the line tonight. And then him motioning to the rafters at Johnny's jersey at the end of it all. It was just, you know, you wanted this team to come out on top tonight, but, you know, the scheduling gods, it just wasn't in the cards for them tonight as they draw the defending Stanley Cup champions, who appear to be in really solid form as they start this campaign, looking to repeat. But it was, you know, just a fitting performance, a fitting effort by this group to ultimately come out on top, but they fell short in this one.
Yeah, to your point, though, they were trying to will it at the end. I mean, it was just a flurry of nonstop shots, and you thought they were going to find a way to tie it up. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case because, to your point, the Florida Panthers are looking good, and a lot of that has to do with a guy named Sam Reinhart, who already is racking up the goals and points left and right just through 5 games of the season, really picking up where he left off last year, which, remember, he scored his career high in goals.
Yeah, well, and two, you know, I think he's mid-30s as a career high in goals prior to last season, but he comes up with an out-of-nowhere campaign, scoring 57 goals on the way to, and really productive and brilliant, just as brilliant in the postseason, as his team goes on to ultimately win the big prize last year. But inked to a big contract. He and the Panthers finally figure it out during the offseason. But what you love about the way he has started this year, 4 goals now, 4 assists, 8 points across just 5 games. You know, from time to time, you see players who kind of take their foot off the gas just a little bit when they ink that big long-term contract. They're penned to really upper-end money, but nothing doing where Reinhart is concerned. He appears just as determined to replicate that brilliant campaign he had last year. And let's see, has he got 50 plus in the cards Is that in the cards for him this year? Remains to be seen, but he's certainly off to that kind of a start.
Yeah, third multiple-point game already of this season. And Monahan said the Florida team, they were all in with this night in Columbus. It really felt like everyone was winners, but 4-3 is ultimately the final score. An emotional and memorable night indeed from Columbus. 13 forever. We'll be back with more on the fly after this.
This is Poof Litterizer, and it puts an end to litter box stink. Just sprinkle a few tablespoons onto clean litter for a dry and stink-free litter box. Look, this is about the same amount of pee-wee most cats make in a month. But just a few tablespoons of Poof Litterizer sucks up all that wetness and odor and won't let it go. You can't wring it out. You can't squeeze it out. Your litter box never gets a chance to stink.
All right.
Now give it a smell.
Literally smells like nothing.
That's crazy. And it makes litter last longer, slashing your litter cost. Litterizer is a non-toxic, environmentally friendly formula used in top equestrian centers for over a decade to help keep horse stalls clean, dry, and sanitary. Other products claim to reduce litter box odor, but with the Litterizer, your litter box never gets a chance to stink because the Litterizer captures wetness and odor and won't let it go. And the Litterizer makes litter box cleanup a breeze. No more stinky litter boxes, no more stinky houses. No one's gonna come over and say, do you got a cat? Poof Litterizer eliminates unhealthy litter box odor and has no toxic or tacky fragrances. Poof Litterizer is the litter box civilizer, earning Cat Fancy's Editor's Choice Award for innovation. Call or go online to get a 16-ounce container of Poof Litterizer. Good for months of litter changes for just $24.95. It's guaranteed to save you double that in kitty litter costs. A dry and stink-free litter box that saves you time and money? It's a no-brainer! Get Poof Litterizer, the litter box civilizer, for just $24.95.
It's always great playing against Sidney Crosby.
He scores!
Buffalo's a young and up-and-coming team.
Colorado's really special, and you know it's going to be a tough game.
When Boston comes, there's so many Boston fans.
Loud as always.
Sabres, Penguins, Bruins, Avalanche, Wednesday at 6:30 on TNT.
This is a story about the one who keeps it all moving. He is measured, precise. He thinks ahead, stocks the right parts, and knows just where to find them. Because for the one, this facility is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need delivered fast. Call, click Grainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
I need these items printed by Friday.
Certainly.
Are you 4imprint certain?
We are 4imprint.
Certainty matters when you need promo gear for gifting clients, customers, and your team. 4imprint.com has items certain to wow.
4imprint for certain.
The Golden Knights are notoriously fast starters in the month of October.
The Knights strike almost immediately.
It's an 8-4 final behind some big offensive nights for Vegas.
Another quick response for the Golden Knights. This one's on fire.
That's 3 straight goals for the Golden Knights.
He walks in and shoots, save, rebound, kick save. The Golden Knights with a 3-1 lead.
The trend has continued under Bruce Cassidy, off to another strong start this season.
Well, like they say in Vegas, the house always wins, and the Golden Knights are proof of that to start this 2024-25 season. VGK is perfect at home, marking the third straight season the franchise has started the year 3-0. Last year, they rattled off 7 straight wins. Now, this year's squad is rolling on their heater, having already scored 15 times, and now they look to bring that luck on the road. Tuesday, Vegas begins a 3-game East Coast road trip, and it starts in the nation's capital, where the Golden Knights have suffered all 3 of their all-time losses to the Caps.
White Cloud lost it there to Mangiapane. Centering feed. Bang! Welcome back, Jacob Vrana.
The fans are going to love this. It'll be Mangiapane passing to Vrana. Vrana's got his first of the season on a scorcher.
The Golden Knights get the first power play of the game.
This Vegas power play has been good in the first week plus of the NHL season.
Now in front, Olofsson scores! Victor Olofsson wide open to the bottom of the circle. Rips it home on the power play to tie it.
Hurdle with a great touch pass to Olofsson, who puts it past the sprawl to Logan Thompson.
Right back to the power play the Caps go. They've got to collect the PPG here with so many penalties.
Ovechkin in a board battle along with Dubois. Strome feeds, bang, bang, score! Tom Wilson from point blank.
Wilson off his stick in a hurry. It's 2-1 Caps.
Strome looking to the trailer. Backhand pulled to the corner by Alexei Protas. Ovechkin back for Protas. He scores!
Alex Ovechkin again showing off his passing. And that pass was wonderful, and it's number 700 for Alex Ovechkin. Notice how pretty that pass was. Number 1, beats White Cloud, beats 2 guys between their feet, finds Protas. It's 3-1, good guy.
Alexei Protas giving credit where credit is due. Alex Ovechkin celebrating that tally. Coming again is Dowd right up the gut and a backhand. Score! Chychrun going to the post. It's 4-1.
Things are unraveling for the Golden Knights, and the fans at Capital One cheering on the good guys.
Pass in the middle, right back to Barbashev, stalled. Backdoor, Eichel, open net scores! Jack Eichel trying to start a Golden Knights comeback. He finishes from close range, and Vegas is within 2. The Golden Knights with a response. 64 seconds after the Chychrun goal, Olofsson steers it in from long range. And Olofsson finishes a hit on McElrath into the corner.
Olofsson got hurt.
Yeah, Olofsson shaken up.
That's not good. And he twists that left leg going in on that forecheck as he finishes his hit on McElrath.
Get Olofsson out of there.
The net is empty for the Golden Knights. Eichel, seam pass right on a bang-bang play. Thompson made a wonderful stop on Barbashev.
Came across with the blocker to make that look pretty routine, but what a stop.
Chychrun didn't get it out. Eichel